Amy Posner here with video 3 in the series, How to Go from an Order Taker to a Successful Business Owner. Okay, I've been talking to you a lot in recent weeks about a level 1 freelancer, what it's like to be an order taker. And I want you to know that I do not see working as a so-called creative as a freelance gig. I see it as a really serious business possibility that can be very lucrative. And I want you to see it that way also. The point of this series is to kind of give you a sense of the trajectory, like what does it look like to build a successful business? What can you expect to encounter along the way? What will you expect that to look like when you've arrived? Because I think getting a sense of what that is kind of helps you, it helps give you perspective on where you are, which is rather hard to get in business. And just to be clear, what I mean by the business you want, I mean a business you like being in, that you like waking up and getting to work in, one you understand, one you know how to grow and scale, and that you feel in control of. And I feel like that's when you become a business owner and no longer an order taker. So you want to get to level 2, which I call the Business Owner Freelancer. Now, at this level, you've got a business mindset. You've taken the time to develop some business skills, right? Like to be able to effectively communicate with your clients, to be able to scope projects and land them, to get a sense of, what a client needs and whether or not you're a fit. And at this point, you're working with mostly ideal clients. You know who your audience is, they know who you are. And let me just take a little sidestep for a second to say there's a difference between what I call a dream client and an ideal client. And I think dream clients are often the companies that we're really interested in and we think they're cool and we like how they do business. And it seems like, it would be interesting to be a part of. Very often those clients do not make good copy clients. They just don't. They may not buy copy. They may not value copy. So I start thinking about ideal clients, and that's a client, who's doing something you like and in a space that interests you, but they also buy copy, they respect copy, they know the value of copy. And, those make much, much better clients. So you've got those skills, you work on, sharpening the saw, you get better and better at identifying your own strengths. So, what makes a good project for you and where you should be positioning yourself. And you also know what comes easily to you. And I think there's real value in that because we tend to dismiss what comes easily to us. We devalue it. It's like, oh, everyone can do that. That's easy. No one's going to pay me big bucks for that because it's so easy. Well, it's easy for you. Doesn't mean it's easy for me. Doesn't mean it's easy for the next person. And so you really need to take a look at that and respect it and possibly even lean into that because it's often true that if something is easy for you, it's something you do well and you do quickly. And so it should be, in fact, very lucrative for you. And I find very often with my coaching clients, I bring this up and it's like the easy thing. They're like, I know Mr. Person. Oh, yeah, that's nothing. I'm like, ooh, it's not nothing to me because I can't do it. I don't know how. And so, it's really a value equation. You need to feel like you're delivering genuine value and you need to be delivering value. Now, with copy, that doesn't mean you're delivering results because, we can't guarantee that, right? We can't promise anything. What we can promise is to apply our expertise, to use best practices, to stick around, to make sure the results happen, to really care about the work and deliver good service. And clients appreciate that. They really, really do. So if you're going to create a business model that's sustainable for you long-term and you're going to make good money, you need to know what works for you and what satisfies you. Because you can do anything for a while, but you can't do everything long-term. It has to be a fit. And I think one of the hallmarks of a successful business owner is being able to make decisions, being able to make them soundly, to trust yourself, and to be able to make them fairly quickly. Because a lot of business, like life, is how well you deal with challenges, how well you deal with what arises. And so it's really important to be a good problem solver and a good handler of challenges if you're going to be successful. And at level 2, you get to pick your projects. You're really sitting in a good spot. You've arrived. You might have a wait list. You might be working with partners, maybe subcontractors. Bringing in a nice 6 figures, even multiple 6 figures is definitely possible at this level, especially if you're strategic and you build carefully and you're mindful of your pricing. And what I mean by that is, too many people are pricing based on a surmise or what they think the market will bear and not really what it takes them to do the work. And I want you to consider you're not just selling your deliverables, right? If you write a website, you're not just selling, those literal pages, you're selling all of the study you've done, all of the other websites you've written, all of the things that you've learned by doing that about what to avoid, about best practices. It's way more than the execution. And in fact, when you position yourself that way and you're seen as a strategist, you're better respected and you usually make more money. So at level 2, you have a lot of discernment about how you spend your time. And you're usually in a position now to refine and to continue refining the kinds of projects that you take on so that each project gets incrementally better, as in a better fit, so that you're working on the right things for you. Sometimes sometimes it involves creating new processes or systems so that you can streamline the work, which usually results in you making more money for the same effort. At this point, at level 2, most level 2 freelancers are not going to go in-house because they can't meet your needs. They can't meet your ask. You've priced yourself out of that market, and you are absolutely now a business owner. And even if you were willing to go in-house, there'd have to be something like some perk you could not achieve on your own to make it worthwhile or to make it enticing. Maybe some kind of a royalty arrangement or a mentorship or something like that. But what I want to say to you is it's well within your reach, and it takes a little time. You can't just start a business and know immediately, like, what will be a fit? What will I like? What will I prefer? But you can discern those things over time. It's just your job to make sure as you're discerning these things, you're moving and pivoting your business ever closer to what's a real fit for you and where you can make the most money. Now, that being said, before I wrap this up, I just want to add a little caveat. I am not somebody who sees a client as a checkbook and thinks like, oh, you have to get the most money that you possibly can from every project. And I don't also likewise do not see clients as trying to get every last, piece of a deliverable out of me that they can, or information or advice or strategy. I see it as a relationship that's mutually beneficial. And so use that as a little bit of a gut check, because if it's not that, or you're feeling disrespected, then you probably aren't. It's probably not the right fit for you, because you deserve to be respected. You deserve to be paid well. And really, it has nothing to do, your being paid well has nothing to do with how long you've been in business, how much experience you have. It has to do whether you can deliver the value and solve your client's problem, and if you can do it effectively. And if you can, and you've been doing this as a year, you deserve to get paid every bit as much as me, who's been doing this for way longer. So take yourself seriously as a business person, see yourself moving up the levels, and know that it's something that you can't go around, you must go through, and just go for it. It's so worthwhile. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. I've got something on the level 3 freelancer coming up in the next video. If you want to be notified when these drop, click the bell and you will be. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.